Here is my vintage Uniden weather radio. This is old enough to actually have an analog tuner. That's why I got it. There's the knob for it. So, we just got an amazing amount of storms, and I noticed that this morning, before the storms, reception was pretty good. I was actually trying to DX some stations with this morning, and I discovered it wasn't quite able to tune in as low as it should get. It only got down to channel 3 instead of down to channel 1. So I opened it up and retuned it once again, and it works better now. And certainly it works very well, actually. I can't believe how high-performing this thing is, especially for being so old. So I noticed sometimes that after storms, also the slider is a bit stiff, but there's not much you can do for that, I guess. At least it works. Anyway, after storms have come through, I've noticed that very often weather radio reception improves drastically. So let's turn this on. Let's see what we can get. I'm going to start trying to move the tuning knob. If I can, huh? Nope, it's moving in the wrong direction. Okay. So that sounds like channel 1.
Frost and freeze conditions may develop in northeast Georgia on Friday night. On Saturday night, these conditions may spread to all areas north of the
Cool.
Forecast closely. Information. Those with outdoor vegetation sensitive to freezing temperatures should monitor the forecast closely. Spotter information statement. Spotter activation is not requested, but spotters are encouraged to submit reports.
Wow, that's very good reception on WWH23. I suspect what we were getting just a minute ago was WXKF52. Oh yes, this sounds great.
And has exited the warned area. Therefore, the warning has been canceled. A severe thunderstorm warning.
Here's KXI81. Sounds perfect.
This transmitter is serving the northeast Georgia mountains and adjacent areas of the Carolinas. The current time is 11:04 p.m.
Very nice.
Eastern Daylight Time. Then a chance of showers and thunderstorms late this evening.
Didn't sound like there was anything on channel 4.
And thunderstorms after midnight. Some thunderstorms may be severe.
And I feel like we're getting two different stations again on the same channel. This would be channel 5.
Chance of rain 60%. Friday, partly sunny.
Huh. Okay. So what we heard at first on there was KXI22, and then what we heard just now over here was WXJ31, except I just got a message earlier that WXJ31 is off the air with no expected time of return to service. So that's very interesting. Yeah, that's definitely WXJ31. I recognize the audio.
Damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Jeffersonville, Postal, Robbins Air Force Base, Mountain Springs, Griswold,
Kind of wish I had known about that when the alerts were coming in. Anyway,
was 54, wind northwest at 6.
there's channel 6,
Jasper, with rain, the temperature was 52.
which is my main station, WXJ53.
At Pickens, it was mostly cloudy at 51, wind southeast at 3. At Cornelia, with fog, it was 52, wind southwest at 14. At Toccoa, it was partly cloudy at
And lastly, on
53,
channel 7
wind 8 inches and falling.
is
Around
KEC80.
Atlanta, at Chamblee, with light rain, it was 54, wind northeast.
I started out back in 2020 with KEC80 as my main, but then when they started acting weird all the time, I switched to having WXJ53 as my main. And now, as of just last month, KEC80 is finally back to normal after about, well, certainly more than 4 years, probably 4.5 years. KEC80 is finally back to normal. I'm very, very happy with that. So, I might well put a lot of radios on KEC80 now. Not as many as on WXJ53 because WXJ53 has a bigger county area, so there's a better chance of having the radios go off for an alert on there.
Around the region, at Athens, with rain and fog, it was 54, wind variable at 5. At Gainesville, with light rain, it was 54, wind west at 13 gusting to 20. At Macon, it was clear and 65, wind southwest at 10.
This radio really sounds nice. Alright, there was... Oh my gosh, camera, please focus. Okay. Anyway, there was a mini DXing session on what might well be my oldest weather radio, the Uniden BC-WA, with enhanced weather band reception following some extreme thunderstorms that came through today. I heard in some places they got up to 2-inch hail. Not even too far from my location, probably a few counties away. That's one of my other oldest weather radios. The Realistic 12-140, another of my favorites. And you can see it flashing because it's been getting alerts all day.